The Aman Group of hotels are arguably the most luxe, most bougie hotels in the world. And this is the one that started it all, that set a new standard for over-the-top beach resorts. And many people say that this is the best hotel in Bali. Is it? We're going to take you inside our stay so you can see for yourself. The resort's in the quieter eastern part of Bali, where there's very little nightlife but lots of beach. So come here if you want to relax and escape. The Amankila is something special. Perched on a hilltop overlooking the Indian Ocean and the island of Lombok. And let me tell you, the views are something else. There's only 34 fancy-ass suites here, some with their own pools, and all done up in traditional Balinese style. But it's not just the digs that'll knock your socks off. They've got 4 swimming pools and tons of relaxation options. The resort has some of the best food you will ever put in your mouth, and the staff treat you like royalty and make sure you want for nothing. Everyone gets their own villa here, most with great views and some with pools, but like all Aman resorts, privacy is basically guaranteed. The Amankila opened in 1992, and I'd say it's showing its age a bit. Like that silvered-haired lady in a Mercedes. A couple wrinkles here and there, but always classy. And maybe my favorite thing about this whole resort. Hello. So the pool here is supposed to be pretty epic, and I've heard the beach is really beautiful. So let's go for a test drive. The key at the Amankila is to surrender, for a day or two at least. Don't plan any excursions, have all your meals here, and only wrestle with the problem of pool 1 versus pool 2 versus the beach. Or just hanging out all day on these salas. Save the exploration of this wonderful island for another day, another hotel. Okay, let me make my case. Each of these pools is a slightly different temperature, but they're all perfect. The resort was almost full when we were here, but you'd never know it because the place has a quiet and calm vibe that most of the guests embrace. These salas make it pretty easy to relax. You could spend the whole day here, and like I said, you'll want for nothing with great service, always there when you need something, but never intrusive. The 3 cascading infinity pools set a new bar for resort pools back in the 90s. But the competition's been paying attention. We'll show you a few more pools in our Bali series that will make your eyes pop. We only show you places we love and would recommend to friends and family, and that takes a bit more work than you might think. So if this tour is helpful to you, we'd love it if you'd use our booking link below. Thanks. There's yet a whole nother pool down the hill next to the beach. If people aren't your thing, then come down here. You'll almost have this pool to yourself. So maybe you've got kids, which the resort allows, but this place is not super kid-friendly. But there's games and stuff down here to keep them busy. Or maybe your children are of the Instagram persuasion, in which case they'll find this swing to be the highlight of their trip. Anyway, what kid wouldn't be happy at the beach? With an iPad, of course. The resort has tons of water sports equipment if that's your thing. This is the kind of place where I really don't want to leave the resort. All beaches in Indonesia are public, But the Amankila is essentially private because there's rocks on both ends of the beach. To get back up to the main pool, you can take a buggy or walk. The bar here has wonderful views, lots of seating options, and isn't just a place to get drunk. It's also the venue for afternoon tea. A bit of a ritual here at the Amankila. Oh my god, the towels. This smells so nice. You can plunder the sweets buffet and hang out at the bar area. If that's too much of a hassle, let the always attentive staff bring it to your pool sala. After tea, we meandered back to the room through the resort's lush gardens. Because the resort's been around for a minute, the landscaping has matured into something special. 24/7 gardeners help to give the place a Garden of Eden vibe, and the elevated walkways put you at eye level with these flowering trees. Besides our humble room, there are over-the-top villas here with big old pools and lots more fancy stuff. We'll save that for our next trip. On our way back to the villa, we were distracted by the Aman's gift shop. They're pretty. How much are they? 5 million.
600.
Wait, okay, 5,600,000. That's like 500 US?
Four.
Only 400 US for a luggage tag. How much for the t-shirt?
4,700,000.
4 million. So, oh my god, that's like $300
Yeah.
for a gray shirt. Back at our villa, and time for that well-deserved afternoon nap. It's been a hard day. And it's pretty easy to nap here given that everything slides shut for a nice dark room. Yup, I'm back at the bar again. It's hard to resist a drink with these views at my favorite time of day. I've been to Bali quite a few times now, and I've seen some pretty interesting traditional dances in my day. But this one takes the cake. The Beetlejuice guy and the frogs, I mean, talk about the unexpected. But apparently it's all part of a story from this part of East Bali. Now, I don't want to be a downer, but I can't shake this feeling of discomfort while I watch this performance. It feels slightly exploitative for some reason. With that said, I did see the guys in the back laughing and smiling a lot, so I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, we're going to dig deeper and get a more authentic look at Bali with a local guide later in this series. Okay, rant over. Back to the hedonism. There are 2 dinner venues here, and we tried both. The Italian one night, really nice food, but the light in the restaurant was a bit blinding. Then there's the main restaurant upstairs with a Western and Balinese menu. As you'd expect from a place of this caliber, the food and the service were top-notch. Turn down service. Fragapini, I don't know if I'm saying that right, essential oil. Yeah, it smells really good. If you're wondering, the pillows get a 10. They're really good. This is a new segment we're calling WTF. And as you all know, there's no such thing as a perfect hotel. But with the prices the Aman charges, it should be pretty close to perfect. So I do have to mention all the oil tankers in the harbor. They're a bit of a buzzkill. There's an oil terminal a couple miles down the coast, so this is a normal thing around here. The resort's age is most evident in the villas that are beautiful and understated, but could use a facelift. Okay, next, we're off to the Como Shambhala. And I've stayed at their sister properties around the world, and they've all been excellent. So I've got pretty high expectations for this next stop. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. How much?
3,475.
3,400,000.
247.
Almost 250 US dollars
Before tax.
for a hat.
Is it include the tax?
Oh, that's
Oh, well, that's a bargain
Is that
then.
Terry?